is a small community of about 4,000 people 3 hours away from the capital city of Sokoto. Tucked away in the heart of the short grass savanna, with its rustic and rural life, the community is far removed from any form of civilization. There are no social amenities except for a primary health care center that is completely dilapidated. In 2017, 34 million naira was budgeted for the rehabilitation of the community's dilapidated primary health care center in the federal government constituency project. Nominated by Honorable Musa Serkin Ada, representing Gada Goronyo Federal Constituency. Months after the funds were released, nothing had changed at the center. During a visit by our project tracking officer, he found the center completely uninhabitable.
My first visit to Gada local government was on the 24th April 2018. When I got to KAFFE, KAFFE is a village under Gada local government, I discovered patients are receiving treatment under a tree where tree branches are used for drip stand and blood stand. Meanwhile, this primary health care appear in the 2017 budget, where 34 million naira was allocated for upgrading and equipping of the primary health care.
Education, they say, is the passport to the future. Unfortunately, in Nigeria today, 13.2 million children are out of school, while several more millions attend understaffed and ill-equipped schools. MAGA, a rural community in Kebbi State, suffered a similar fate as KAFFE, although reflected in a different sector. Its primary school, MAGA Model Primary School, was on the verge of total collapse, with classrooms overcrowded and dilapidated, aside from overwhelmed teaching staff. In 2018, the rehabilitation and construction of classrooms and the provision of a borehole in MAGA Model Primary School was nominated in the federal budget by Senator representing Kebbi South Senatorial District, Balana Allah. 150 million naira was budgeted, but the experience has shown that budgeting for a project is one thing, execution is another. It takes vigilance to ensure that the resources for such projects don't end up in private pockets.
150 million has been initiated for the rehabilitation. But my first visit to the community to engage them, I realized the management and the community were not even in the picture of what is going on. They don't even know the amount that has been initiated in the budget. But my engagement with them on the 26th of September 2018, that has been an eye-opener in the community and in the school entirely.
AKPOGU, another community in Kogi State with a population of over 5,000 people, has long had its main supply of water from a stream. Of many things, its location is some sort of paradox. The community lies along the ever-busy Abuja-Lokoja Expressway, close to Nigeria's capital city, Abuja, yet it lacks basic water, sanitation, and health essentials. A walk across the community shows both an abandoned power line and a cottage hospital. Globally, 2.1 billion people lack access to safe drinking water, according to a 2017 report by UNICEF. In Nigeria, access to clean water is a daily challenge for many, as only about 30% of the population have access to clean water. This lack contributes to a high prevalence of waterborne diseases, especially for people in rural areas. In 2018, Traka visited AKPOGU for a sensitization program to intimate the community about the budgetary allocation by the federal government to construct a borehole in the community, as nominated by Senator Dino Melaye representing Kogi West Senatorial District.
AKPOGU community comprises of 9 communities under the community. And this community has been existing over 100 years ago. With this suffering from water, Formerly, we do go to the river to fetch water. Our women do suffer, and the river is far away from the community. Then later, the government tried to bring well for us in the community. And later, we have one borehole in 1991 for the community. And the borehole, all this community mentioned are under that borehole, and their borehole cannot hold us. But due to the intervention of the Trackers, now we got 2 boreholes added to the one we have.
The Traka project has as one of its central mission to turn on the light in dark, forgotten communities. In KAFFE today, the health center is wearing a new look, with newly renovated wards and solar panels supplying electricity which powers ceiling fans, light bulbs, and a borehole. This was the result of intense advocacy championed by the Traka project, which triggered a national outcry regarding the state of healthcare in KAFFE.
I visited KAFFE community, but the story of KAFFE has changed now in the sense that patients receive treatment in their ward. There is a provision of solar light in the ward, and they have water in their hospital.
Gaskiya warin ba ɗaya da yanzu na ba. Dan gaskiya warin asibitin nan mutane marasa lafiya in an kawo su za su kwanta a gahili ba wata kariya. Yana kuma ba wurin hitsari ba wurin kashi. Tun nan na aka yi su sai kazamta dai babu kyan gani. Nan na aka kawo mutane masu aihuwa ana ajiye su ne idan mace ta biyo ko kan titi zaki go kina jin mace mai aihuwa tana wurin nakuda.
Although members of KAFFE community are grateful for the renovation and equipping of the primary health care center, more needs to be done. Presently, there are no doctors assigned to the center, and medical personnel present often cannot handle situations that become complicated. A number of complications regarding maternity care have been experienced at the center, with staff unable to handle such. Unfortunately, in these cases, the victims did not survive.
Alhamdulillah, mun gode a before ba haka muke ba. A daji muke ga fili. A yanzu Allah ya taimake mu, hukuma ta yi mana gini, ta tsibitar da al'amuran gaba ɗaya yanzu komai da komai ya dawo daidai irin yadda muke bukata. Alhamdulillah muna neman hukuma. Idan aka ce za a transfer wani mara lafiya a nan ya zuwa wata asibiti, dole ne sai an sama motar haya ko an ɗauka a mashin haka nan a walakance, hanyar ta ba ta da kyau. Kan da a zo wani lokaci wani time ma kan da a zo mutum ya tagayyara har an samu matsala ko kuma an ce an mutu ko kuma abin ya nisa da yawa. Amma idan Allah ya taimake mu, hukuma ta taimake mu ta kawo mana likitoci ƙwararru, aka kai mana hanya, aka kawo mana motoci, aka ƙara gina mana wasu block waɗanda ba mu da, alhamdulillah mu gode.
And then we get some challenges, we don't have medical doctors that can assist emergency cases here. I can give an example. This March 2019, we get a pregnant woman. She's suffering with pre-eclampsia thalassemia, and I will refer her to General Hospital. Before she reached the gate, the woman she dates, the lack of, if we have a medical doctor here, he can assist and then to survive the woman life.
There is a call for further intervention by the government in ensuring that KAFFE Primary Healthcare Center is staffed with qualified doctors. KAFFE deserves this and much more. In a similar vein, in MAGA, Traka official Yaro Emmanuel organized a community sensitization program where the details of the project were shared with the school administrators and community leaders. After the sensitization program, Traka launched a robust campaign to ensure prompt execution of the project by the government. Pictures of the terrible state of the school were published online, which generated outrage and a huge concern from people all over the country. This provoked a prompt intervention both by federal and state governments. The dilapidated classrooms were renovated, new blocks of classrooms built, and the borehole was also constructed with solar electricity systems installed.
The school was in bad condition. No city materials. In short, no good classrooms in the school. But due to these advocacy programs, now you can see the school seems to be one of the best in our state, as KAFFE State Nigeria. So, for about 5 months ago, if you come to this school, you will pity our pupils sitting on the ground. The school has now 5 newly constructed blocks, 2 renovated blocks, plus HM's office, and 8 water closet toilets made to the school for both teachers and pupils to use. So what we can just say is thank you.
Before, we don't have classroom, we don't have chair, we are sitting on the floor, we don't have toilets, but now we have class, we have chair, we have toilets, we have water.
Lokacin tun first time makarantar mu na ta lalace, babu ajujuwa, babu makewayi, babu kuma ruwa. Sai muna aji da makewayi da honho.
One key SDG goal is quality education, which is closely central to other SDG goals such as no poverty and decent work and economic growth. The heart of the Traka initiative is to be a voice for all communities, ensuring that public funds work for the people, including the most vulnerable in the most rural places like MAGA.
The management still crave the indulgence of the government to build more classes because the classes are overstretched. The population of the pupil per class is too much.
So now we need this early child care education classroom, because we have about 71 pupils, underage pupils, that are under the shade. At is during rain now. If rain comes, we send them to go home, since most of our classes are congested.
In AKPOGU today, through Traka's advocacy, safe and clean water is now enjoyed as the borehole project has been executed. A recent visit shows the community now has even more than one borehole. This is good progress made, but the government needs to do more. The power lines and the hospital in the community still lie abandoned.
We want government to please come to our aid to complete the cottage hospital that was established since 2003. Till now, the hospital is in a dilapidated condition. Please, we want government to come to our aid so that we could have a better hospital that will serve the people of AKPOGU community.
We have another transformer that is abandoned now in the community that was given to us during the regime of Wada, then governor. They gave us a transformer. This transformer is now abandoned in the community. We want the federal government to please assist us to come to our aid so that we can get this light. There are poles here lying on the ground for the past 2 years now. Nothing has been done about it. We want the federal government to please come to our aid to assist us with these things.
We call on the government to expedite actions to make life easier and better for the people. The government at all levels owe it to the people to reduce and ultimately eliminate poverty, implementing projects which improve access to health, water and sanitation and quality education. Progress has not been made until everyone is reached, even those in the most rural of areas. This is why we go the extra mile, to ensure that no one is left behind.